Hello. So for today, your health work that you're going to have to do is the following. So there's nothing to do in strand A, so I've just closed that up so you can't see it. Moving then into strand B for movement competence, skills, concepts, and strategies. What you have to complete today is this movement quiz number 2, and it's football phases. So it's phases of movement. We looked at the different steps for throwing a football the last time you were in. So we're going to take those steps now, and what you're going to do is you're going to apply them to the 4 phases of movement that exist to use to describe things. So the first phase of movement is a preparation phase. So this is when you're getting your body into the appropriate position for chosen movement. So anything you need to do to get the body ready to be able to then perform the movement would count as preparation. In terms of force production means using all the body parts, joints through as great a range of motion as possible. So what this means is that any one of those phases or those steps of throwing a football in this case that starts to create or generate any force or movement in the direction that you're throwing the ball would count as force production. Critical instant is the moment of release. So in this case, we're throwing a football. So that would be describing the moment at which the football leaves the hand. So that would be your critical instant. And then recovery and follow through is basically what you do after you've released the object. So once the football's been released, it talks about following through in the direction the force should go. So what would that look like if you were throwing a football? So these are the 4 phases of movement, and you'll be required to match those up to the different steps for throwing a football that we looked at last class. That'll be found in this new quiz in this section right here for section B. So this will be your movement quiz number 2, write your football phases. So don't be afraid to have this file open while you're answering those questions. In terms of added health work, I've added one more task to each of your healthy living. So grade 9, you'll notice that you now have information on digital footprint, cyber smarts, and a safer future. Once you've read this information, these 3 files, then you can go and proceed and complete this discussion task. For grade 10s, you'll notice that I've added some information regarding or related to eating habits and choices, and then some more healthy eating information. So again, read this information, and then you'll need to complete this discussion item once that's done. And grade 11s, you'll notice that I've added a section on risk taking. So daredevil brains, risk taking, what types of risk taking people engage in, implications, and then why do we take risks? And again, you'll then respond once you've read all that information in this discussion right here. Keep in mind that a lot of these are still empty for all the grades. You haven't completed all the work from the previous class. There are dates on things, and those dates indicate when things should have been submitted. So this should give you a good head start as to what's happening today. If you are behind, don't be afraid to go back and watch the other assignment videos for the other classes that we've had as well. Let me know if you have any questions.